Sunday, the 30th of May. My goodness, 2 days and we're into June. Well, let's hope the weather picks up. So I thought again I would set the scene for today. And every year, new words are added to the Oxford Dictionary. Sometimes we hear about them, sometimes we don't. And when I looked this up, my goodness, there is a huge amount of new words added, well in the hundreds, most years. So it just shows you, yeah, you can invent a new word and it might make it in. So I've got some of those new words for you today. I think some of them are quite self-explanatory, but they are new words. So the first one, nomophobia or nomophobia. It's an aversion or fear of laws or rules. Well, we're saying nothing on that. We could use that as an excuse, couldn't we? Or that was, there's another reason for, the word has another definition. There's actually two definitions for it. So that was not nomophobia 1. So this is nomophobia 2. So same word. So the first one was aversion to or fear of laws and rules. So the other meaning, I don't understand why it's got a different meaning. Yeah, well, saying English wasn't my best subject at school. So the second example is anxiety about not having access to your mobile phone or mobile phone services. Well, you do see some people who get a bit agitated when they don't have their phones. So that's nomophobia number 2. Another word for you is chillax. C-H-I-L-L-A-X. Chillax. Well, it means to calm down or relax, to take it easy, or to chill. But why chillax? Don't know if I understand that one. Okay, the next one, I've only got 2 more. So the next one is omnishambles. Omnishambles. Okay. Chiefly in political contexts, a situation that has been comprehensively mismanaged or is characterised by a series of blunders and miscalculations. Well, that's not topical today, is it? Yep, omnishambles. And the last one I've got for you today is pucker brush. Pucker brush. And that is a dense, tangled undergrowth or scrub consisting of invasive shrubs and small trees. So that's just a few of these numerous new words that have been added to the Oxford English Dictionary. So the Bible reading we're about to hear is from the book of Isaiah, and Isaiah tried to tell people about the time he met God in the temple. And of course, how do you describe God? How do you describe God? Well, we will hear that in the Bible reading. But how would you describe a meeting with God today? For I believe we meet God in so many situations today. So how would you describe meeting God today? Well, let's hear our Bible reading for today from the book of Isaiah, and it's all about Isaiah describing a meeting with God.
Isaiah 6 verses 1 to 8. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord high and exalted, seated on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him were seraphim, each with 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their faces, with 2 they covered their feet, and with 2 they were flying. And they were calling to one another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory. At the sound of their voices, the doorposts and thresholds shook, and the temple was filled with smoke. Woe to me, I cried. I am ruined, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I live among a people of unclean lips, and my eyes have seen the King, the Lord Almighty. Then one of the seraphim flew to me with a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with tongs from the altar. With it he touched my mouth and said, See, this has touched your lips. Your guilt is taken away and your sin atoned for. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? And who will go for us? And I said, Here am I, send me. Amen.
How do you describe something that you can't describe? You know, you try to find the words for it and they're just not there to describe it. And how do you find words for something that has never happened before? Something that's totally brand new. How do you tell people about angels? How do you talk about God? Well, people ask me, Isaiah, people ask me what happened to me in that temple. What I heard, what I felt, what I saw. So I'm going to try and tell you my story. But I warn you, you may find it hard to believe. I saw God. There's no other way to tell this. I saw God. The fringes of his robe, just the fringes, were enough to fill the whole temple. I saw angels. I told you this was going to be wild. I saw angels. Angels with wings, 6 wings. 2 to cover their faces, 2 to cover their feet, and 2 to enable them to fly. I heard angels call to each other, and I could understand them. They shouted, Holy, holy, holy is God the King. The whole earth is full of his glory. And then the foundations of the temple shook, and the sound of the angels' voices, I was shaken too. I had no idea what was happening to me. And the whole building was filled with smoke. So, are you still with me? I thought I was dead. Nobody can see God and live. Well, nobody like me, but I was still alive. Then one of the angels flew towards me. I was finished for sure, I thought. And this angel was carrying a live coal from the altar. He was carrying it with a pair of tongs, and he touched the burning coal to my lips. Then the angel spoke to me. He, or maybe it was a she, told me that God had made me clean. Then I heard another voice, and I just knew it was God's voice. I just did. Don't ask me if I'd heard it out loud or if it was a voice in my head. I don't know. I just knew it was God. And God asked me a question. Was it a question addressed to me? Well, I think it was. God will live and speak. Who will live and speak for us? And I answered God. Me, Isaiah. I answered him. I'm here. Send me. So that's my story. Words are not enough. But words are all I've got. And there's no way I could draw a picture of it. But I know that God called me. And I said, send me. A little reflection story there about Isaiah. Is God calling you? Well, I believe God calls us, well, maybe you're only called once to do something, but I believe we're called in numerous and various ways in our journey, in our life's journey. And you just never know when that call is going to come. You've got to stop and think about it. Are you listening for God's voice? And if you hear God's voice, or hear his voice through other people, will you be the one to put your head above the parapet and say, me, I'll do it, send me? Let's now hear a reflection entitled, God.
Today's reflection. God. We try, and fail to describe you, God, beyond words and imagination. We try and fail to contain you, God, beyond space and time, wholly other and wholly other. Immense, God who cannot be hemmed in, majestic, mysterious, supremely glorious, God to be worshipped and adored, finite creatures, we fall down, fall apart, fall in your presence. Infinite Creator, you catch us, cleanse us, call, as seraphs listen in timeless eternity. Yes, we utter, all hushed awe.
Life Giver, you know us even before we are born. We long to know you more. Nature Lover, you are present in the air we breathe, the water we drink, the earth we walk upon, the fire which heats us. We long to be aware of you. Soul Saver, you call us to you, to serve in the world and to help people in need. We long to be your disciples. May we always answer when you call, and may we be ready to go wherever you send us. So be it. Amen.
Our hymn today is I, the Lord of Sea and Sky, and I wish you every blessing for this week ahead. God bless everyone.
Today I'm playing a couple of verses of I, the Lord, and Sea and Sky.